Hi, my name is Steph and I work in the technology team as a client executive. 2020 was quite the year for us all. In the throes of a global pandemic, lockdowns, home working, homeschooling, life was quite surreal. That summer my life took another unexpected turn. I'd like to share a little of my story with you and why I'm especially passionate about raising as much funds as possible for our corporate charity. As I said, 2020 was already an unusual year. So when I noticed my running had gone to pot, stopping every kilometre and finding it hard to breathe properly, I put it down to tiredness from juggling work, life and homeschooling my primary school children. It was only when I felt a lump in my armpit and saw my GP that a drip feed of gradual bad news started. The lump was a raised lymph node, and after finding another in my chest, worsening bloods, biopsies and surgery, I eventually received a diagnosis of Hodgkin's lymphoma, a type of blood cancer which starts in your lymphatic system. To say I was shocked would be an understatement. My initial diagnosis meeting was such a blur. I had a long list of questions, but I wrote nothing down on the page that day except curable in big letters. Getting a cancer diagnosis brings with it so many emotions, and this one word was my beacon of hope. As part of my treatment, I had 12 chemo sessions, and I was lucky to stay healthy for the duration of my treatment. I kept running, open water swimming and walking. These everyday activities were my lifeline. A little bit of normal. My personal low during my cancer was telling our 3 kids, who were 4, 8 and 9 at the time. We had a very open environment with them, telling them what was going on and letting them ask questions when they wanted. And we tried to keep their day-to-day lives pretty much continuing as normal. As for my best moment, there were 2. Getting the news 2 months in that the treatment was responding really well and the disease has significantly shrunk was amazing. And obviously that final call in January 2021, 8 months after finding that original lump, to say I'd had a full metabolic response to the treatment and there was no further signs of the lymphoma, will always be pretty spectacular. It might have been January and freezing outside, but I drank Prosecco with the neighbours in the garden to celebrate. Thanks for that lockdown. We will be forever grateful to the amazing care I received at the Belfast City Hospital during my treatment, and still now as I go back for review appointments every few months. 100 people in Northern Ireland are diagnosed with a type of blood cancer every month. Leukemia and Lymphoma NI is the only charity here dedicated to funding blood cancer research. It is through this research that people like me get the right treatment and ultimately improves our chances of survival. Please help us raise much needed funds to continue this great work. Thank you.